Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So at home at my desk and thought let me talk to you. So with this lockdown, some of us may not get to drive our cars or bikes for months on end or weeks on end. But I wanted to talk about maintaining your motorcycle during the lockdown. So I have 5 important pointers. They're not related to winter or any cold weather, but they're related to things like lockdown, which we are currently in, and you cannot ride technically. I mean, you can go for a short ride to buy a grocery item or medicine, but some of you may just want to keep your bikes at home and not ride it during the 3-4 weeks or 3-4 month lockdown. So I have 5 tips for you. Please watch this video, and if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. To me, the first most important point is don't stop your bike insurance. A lot of people in the US, when the season is winter or when they are not riding, they tend to stop the bike insurance. They stop paying for those 3-4 months. I think that's a bad idea. For my BMW, I only pay about $50 a month for insurance, which is not a big amount. So I don't know why people do that, but if they want to save $100, $200 in the off season or now during the lockdown, that is a bad idea. Your bike can still fall, your bike can still be robbed. Your bike may also have some damage here or there with scratches or someone banging into it in the parking lot. I think you would be making a big mistake if you stop your insurance. So point number 1 is do not stop your bike insurance during the lockdown or when you cannot ride. The second point is rotating your tires. Now, what do I mean by that? When I say rotating your tires, I'm saying when the bike is parked, just move it a foot forward or a foot back every few weeks. That way, the spot of the tires which the bike weight has been on for a couple of weeks, it'll keep changing. And there will be no flat spots on your tires. So it's common sense, but some people may not do it. You can also put a mat under each tire so that the tire is not directly touching the asphalt or the concrete, which can ruin the tires. But what I do, if I've not ridden the bike for 2 to 3 weeks, I just move it a little so the wheels move and the tire changes position. So keep that in mind as the point number 2. Point number 3. Start up your bike for 10 to 15 minutes if you've not ridden it for a month or two. Now, this is not about the battery, but if you start the bike, the fluids, the engine oils, the petrol, everything will spread into the bike properly, will get into all the tubes, will kind of warm up the bike to some extent. It'll give the bike the life again, the exhaust, everything will be back in action. So start up the bike for 10 to 15 minutes. This may not help your battery. Okay, so much to people's misbelief that this would, recharge the battery. 10 to 15 minutes of warming up your bike will definitely not recharge your battery. That is my next point. Okay, so coming to point number 4, if you want to recharge your battery, the only way when you're not riding the bike is to buy a trickle charger. You got to keep the battery charged with the connection through the power outlet with the trickle charger. Now, if you don't have a trickle charger or you don't have a connection to charge your bike, then every month at least you have to ride the bike 20 to 30 miles to make sure the battery gets back to life. So warming up your bike for 10 to 15 minutes, by starting the engine, you are actually draining the battery more. So start your bike, that's for sure. That was point number 3. But that is only to rotate all the fluids and move the bike, engine parts, etc., lubricate them. That is not for keeping your battery healthy. So point 4, buy a battery charger or battery tinder or trickle charge, whatever it's called in your location. If you cannot, then you have to ride the bike at least once in 2 to 3 weeks for 20 to 30 miles. And finally, point number 5, guys, is no matter how long you've not ridden the bike, please make sure that your tire pressure is checked. Okay? Don't let the tires go flat. It will impact the tires, the tubes. Even if it's tubeless tires, there will be issues. So keep checking your tire pressure every couple of weeks. Even if you're not riding, it is important during a lockdown or during a time when you cannot ride. Check your tire pressure. Keep the tires up to whatever pressure the manufacturer has recommended. All right. So these are some tips that I've given, and I know on the internet there are many videos with these similar tips in whatever order. But I thought this is what I practice. I mean, I've seen some videos where I've taken help to get these 5, 6 tips. So I thought let me share it, because a lot of people, have got the dream bikes, but then you have to know also how to maintain it. A bonus tip from me is definitely wash or dust or keep your bike covered when not in use. I know in some countries, people will not touch your bike. Like in the US, they will not sit on your bike, they will not touch it, they will not even look at your bike, because it's very common to have all kinds of cars and bikes. But in some countries like India or other countries, there may be people who sit on the bike to take a picture, to take a selfie. Firstly, it's very risky, because if the bike falls on that person, you are responsible for their injuries. Secondly, your bike will get damaged. So if you keep a cover on the bike, it will prevent people from seeing what the goodies are under the cover. And also keep your bike dusted during a lockdown. It's just fun, okay? So I keep wiping and dusting and washing my bike. So anyway, these are my few tips. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to go down and shoot the video with the bike, but the bike is in a parking which is very dark and dull, so you would not get much sound. The sound would echo, and the bike clarity also would not be there. So I thought, let me take the video in the house, which is more clear. All right, guys, stay safe, take care, bye.